Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. The Warriors need a player who is fast, athletic, and a scorer, and that player is Jaden Ivey of the Detroit Pistons, who would be the ideal player. The Warriors would need to part with two players to bring in Jaden Ivey, if he is available. The Golden State Warriors need to add complementary pieces around their four-time NBA champion and future Hall of Fame inductee Stephen Curry prior to the beginning of the 2025-26 campaign. While Curry, Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler will attempt to lead Golden State to another championship victory in 2025-26, their rotation remains loaded with question marks. The Warriors' recent two-timeline game plan resulted in the franchise taking home the 2022 NBA title, and they could be on the lookout for another young talent that can help the team win in the present and future. In fact, recent updates have indicated that the perfect trade target could present itself sooner rather than later, as the Detroit Pistons' former number 5 overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft, Jaden Ivey, could be made available. According to an executive with potential knowledge of the situation, Jaden Ivey is on the trading block, Clutch Points RB Hayek wrote Friday afternoon. Amazingly, this did not seem possible just a year or two ago. But there could be other needs for the Pistons. Notably, they are very small, and it cost them against the New York Knicks. Despite his talent, Ivey is one of the major Pistons trade candidates because the team has learned how to play without him. Caris LeVert is the backup, and Detroit could add more players down the line. If the Pistons are looking to add more talent in exchange for their soaring guard, the Warriors could potentially offer a package consisting of their former number 14 overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, Moses Moody, and number 19 overall pick in 2023, Brandon Podziemski. At just 23 years old, Ivey began to break out for the Pistons in 2024-25 before suffering a season-ending broken fibula in his left leg on January 1 against the Orlando Magic. Through only 30 appearances, Ivey contributed a career-best 17.6 points along with 4.1 rebounds and 4.0 assists. The athletic 6'4" guard also showed off his improved accuracy from three-point range, as he knocked down 40.9% of his looks from distance. Ivey's strength, agility, and leaping ability naturally draw plenty of attention, but his game appeared more polished in 2024-25. For a Warriors squad that will be searching for a consistent scoring option to pair with Curry, Ivey could be viewed as a necessary hypothetical acquisition. Warriors predicted to pursue franchise's greatest rival in free agency next season. The Golden State Warriors are going to keep hunting for more stars. Even though Stephen Curry has shown that he can carry a team to an NBA championship without much help, he is getting older. The Warriors need to find great players to help Steph grab one final championship. Warriors trade rumors have linked them to a few different stars. However, there is one player that the Warriors reportedly pursued that shocked fans everywhere. Now, a new Warriors rumor has surfaced that they are once again interested in pursuing this controversial player. Cleveland, Dallas, and Golden State, those are the three teams I'm looking at, an NBA executive told DallasHoopsJournal.com. All three would have loved to trade for him this offseason, but he never requested a trade and he makes way too much money. Once he's on the open market, those three will court him. I have no doubt in my mind. A Warriors LeBron James signing would make a lot of sense. The Warriors are a veteran team making one final run at grabbing another NBA championship. LeBron James is an aging superstar looking to do the same. That being said, while teaming up with his greatest foe might be something Curry is willing to do, LeBron's ego will likely get in the way of this pairing. Can you imagine LeBron deciding to join the team that beat him for multiple NBA championships? Probably not. Still, that won't stop the Warriors from trying. If LeBron is a free agent next season and is looking to pursue a championship on a veteran team, a Warriors LeBron free agency signing could be a viable option. While it remains highly unlikely that Golden State would be able to snag Ivey due to his increasing price tag, a deal including both Moody and Podziemski might interest Detroit. Warriors urged to add three-time All-Star as Jonathan Kuminga replacement. The Golden State Warriors have been stuck in the same spot all summer, and it might be time to move on. Over the past several weeks, the Warriors have been stuck in a stalemate with restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga. Golden State's 2021 first-round pick has been in and out of the lineup throughout his career, and neither side seems excited about the idea of continuing their partnership into next season. Despite the lack of excitement, all signs still point to Golden State hanging on to Kuminga for at least one more year. Of course, if a sign-and-trade opportunity that the Warriors like finally pops up, they might not hesitate to send Kuminga out the door. To make that decision even easier, Golden State might be wise to target another player in free agency. Peter O'Keefe, Golden State could target Ben Simmons to replace Kuminga if he gets traded. Although Kuminga is a better player than Simmons at this stage of their careers, Simmons could give Golden State what it needs. Kuminga wants to have the ball and get his own opportunities, regardless of how it impacts the team. Meanwhile, Simmons can simply be a plug-and-play guy defensively while providing some solid playmaking on offense. At his peak, Simmons could effectively be a lesser version of Draymond Green for the Warriors. Considering Kuminga simply doesn't fit anything that Golden State wants to accomplish, the team would be wise to cut ties with its former first-round pick. Whether Simmons is the right replacement is up for debate, but he would almost certainly be a better fit for the Warriors than Kuminga. New Warriors free agency target is 6'5" guard who shoots over 50% from field. The Golden State Warriors still need to round out their roster. Right now, the Warriors' free agency target list is comprised mainly of Al Horford and D'Anthony Melton. Everyone expects those two players to become Warriors once the dust settles on the Jonathan Kuminga situation. Even with those two, the Warriors will have more roster spots to fill. Real GM recently reported on some of the Warriors' free agency targets, and a new name appeared. The Golden State Warriors have 6 open standard roster spots. Filling out the roster for Golden State is held up by the Jonathan Kuminga situation. The Warriors won't move forward with any deals that will hard cap the team at the first or second apron until they have a resolution with Kuminga. Al Horford, D'Anthony Melton, and Gary Payton II are players reportedly in agreement to land with Golden State when the team is ready to sign them. Veteran guards Malcolm Brogdon, Seth Curry, and Javonte Green are also on the Warriors' radar. Brogdon played last season with the Washington Wizards. Curry was with the Charlotte Hornets for the last season plus, while Green finished last season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. All three veterans are unlikely to return to their former teams, and could help the Warriors fill out backcourt and wing depth. Javonte Green is the surprise name on this list. At 32 years old, Green is an NBA journeyman who has never really made a huge impact. Last season, he averaged 5.8 points and 3.6 rebounds for the Pelicans. He also had a career high of 1.1 steals per game. While Green isn't the most exciting name, he could help the Warriors. He has a solid defensive game and is good enough at three-point shooting that he could help spread the floor. If he isn't asked to do much, he could help the Warriors in spot minutes off the bench. Warriors will grant Steve Kerr his wish if shock trade reports prove true. Steve would love this. If Jonathan Kuminga's current free agency process wasn't already complicated enough, another layer has been added to the mix with the Golden State Warriors reportedly holding shock interest in Josh Giddey. The shock derives from the fact that Giddey himself is in the same situation as Kuminga, a restricted free agent where the market isn't aligning to his contract desires. Given base year compensation rules impacting both players, a double sign-and trade appears so difficult that it's quite stunning that this has emerged. The Warriors will grant Steve Kerr his wish with a Giddey-Kuminga trade. NBA insider Jake Fisher reported the explosive news on Thursday, stating that the Warriors would be interested in swapping the two restricted free agents if there was a possible pathway to making it happen. Golden State would be interested depending on how the machinations could go in some type of Josh Giddey-Jonathan Kuminga sign-and trade, to my understanding, Fisher said. While it's shocking based on just how complicated the entire scenario is, it's much less so when considering the type of player that Giddey is, and particularly in comparison to Kuminga. The raw, athletic, score-first nature of Kuminga has struggled to consistently fit within Steve Kerr's motion offense over the last 4 years, only becoming more problematic upon Jimmy Butler's arrival to the Warriors in February. In complete contrast, Giddey utilizes his high IQ and passing wizardry to cut opposing defenses apart, having averaged a career-high 7.2 assists once given the keys to the Chicago Bulls offense last season. Fisher noted that Golden State were keen on drafting Giddey 7th overall in the 2021 draft, before the Oklahoma City Thunder pounced with the prior selection. It's not difficult to see now why the Warriors were interested in Giddey leading up to the draft, with the Australian projecting as a prototypical Kerr player given his ball handling and playmaking craft. The shooting would be an enormous concern alongside Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, but the Warriors would have that anyway with Kuminga, plus Giddey did show some improvement in that area after shooting a career-high 37.8% from three-point range on 4 attempts per game last season. What the 22-year-old would do is lessen some of the ball handling and playmaking burden that Curry currently faces, something that could become really important as the 2x MVP enters his age 38 season. Giddey is also a consistently willing rebounder in a way Kuminga hasn't really captured, having 8.1 last season and 7.5 for his career as a nightly triple-double threat. He averaged 14.6 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.2 assists last season, leading to his desire for a contract around $30 million per year this summer. Swapping Kuminga for Giddey would be a wish come true for Kerr and the way he approaches the game of basketball, but making it happen still feels like a far-fetched idea that will take the Warriors relinquishing other players and assets.